Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to my review for No Good Deed, which is a brand new thriller starring Idris Elba, one of my favorite actors out there. I love that guy. And Taraji P. Henson, who I also really like. I've seen her in plenty of movies, and I think she's really good. She's a good actress. Both really good actors. So I was not looking forward to seeing this film. You know why? Because I saw the trailer a couple times in theaters, and every time I watched it, I was just like, is that really going to theaters? I mean, maybe they screwed up, because that looks like a straight-to-DVD movie. You know what? The exact feeling I had was that it looked like a straight-to-DVD sequel to a horror movie that did go to theaters, but of course that movie didn't do so good, so they started making a bunch of sequels that went straight to DVD, kind of like Wrong Turn or something. It looked like that, like maybe it's like a Last House on the Left 2 or something, but no, it's obviously it's not. But that's what it looked like. It looked like it was just a crappy, just straight to DVD thriller that looked generic, and you knew exactly where it was gonna go. And guess what? I didn't want to see this film, but I saw it anyway. And guess what? Oh, I nailed it. Nailed it. I got it right. This movie is generic, but not only that, it is one of the most boring films I've seen since Transformers 4. And I know it's only been a couple months, but still, that movie was boring. Thing is, that movie was almost 3 hours long. This movie is not even half that. This movie is like 80 minutes long if you don't count the trailer. I mean, the credits. If you count the credits, then like 85 minutes. And if you don't count the opening credits, then it's like, I would say it's probably like 75 minutes long. It's a short movie, but all the way through it is tension free, just boring as hell, and I didn't like it. But I guess I should probably get to the story first. I always do these reviews nowadays. Sometimes they are structured, sometimes it's just me having to vent. But let me just tell you, the story here, it doesn't really matter. The story follows Idris Elba's character, who's insane. He's a guy that killed a bunch of people in the past, and he's in jail. He breaks out of jail, and then he goes to this woman's place, played by Taraji P. Henson. He doesn't go there on purpose. His car breaks down. He actually has to go and get help from her, actually use the phone to call for a tow and stuff. So he gets to stay there. They're actually talking, they're mingling. They actually have somewhat of a chemistry in a way, it seems like. It's a little weird. Taraji P. Henson's character's husband doesn't really treat her that well, so it looks like there might be a budding romance here, kinda. But of course, we already know that Idris Elba's character is insane, so they already ruined that. And they definitely ruin it. I'm sorry, there's rain hitting my air conditioner, but they also ruin it with pretty much close-up shots all the time. Close-up shots of Idris Elba looking angry and looking insane, which is the weakest way to make your character seem insane ever. Just have a close-up of him while he's looking all around, looking insane, and then voices pop up in his head, and you hear him, and he just he just looks angry. He just looks pissed. He looks crazy, and which is just the most generic, just terrible, downright terrible way to make your character seem insane. Right next to making your character stutter a lot and go have nervous twitches and stuff. That's awful too. But anyway, let me get back into it. Okay, so it looks like they're having a romance, blah blah blah, and of course Idris Elba just starts to freak out. There is a reason why, but he starts to freak out. Of course, it turns into a home invasion film. Now the thing is, that's generic, but it could work, especially since the actors are, relatively solid. Even the supporting cast is okay. You have Leslie Bibb, who plays the neighbor, who is, pretty good for the most part. And you have some other ones, like Taraji P. Henson's husband is okay for the very limited time he's on screen. I mean, there's no bad actors here, really. But it could have been decent, at least. Generic, but decent, if they didn't make it so that the first hour of the film was build up for the last 20 minutes, which is actually the home invasion part. The last 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes, is where it actually gets into the whole, oh, Idris Elba's crazy and stuff. The first hour is Idris Elba trying to get out of jail. He gets out of jail. He goes to her house. They mingle a lot for a very long time. They drink, they talk, they build character. Very, very, very quotey there. But, it just doesn't work, and then it gets into the home invasion part where he's busting down doors trying to look for her, smacking her around. Well, he's not smacking her around, but he's just telling her to take her clothes off, take a shower with him and stuff. He's doing crazy stuff. But when it even gets to that, he is the worst criminal of all time. He is getting his ass whooped every second. He gets stabbed like 5 times in this film. I'm telling you right now. I mean, I don't care if you say it's a spoiler, but he gets stabbed so many times. He gets beat over the head by Taraji P. Henson's character over and over again. He is the dumbest criminal in this film. At first, he seemed like he was, he was crazy, but he was competent pretty much. I mean, he was insane, but he had plans, it seemed like. And oh my God. Oh, the twist in this film is so bad, but let me get to that in a second. Alright, anyway, he seemed like he was a methodical kind of, a villain, criminal. But then later on, he's getting his ass whipped over and over and over again by Taraji P. Henson. He gets stabbed. He gets beat over the head with something twice in the film. He gets stabbed again. He keeps getting stabbed and beat up, and he pretty much does nothing to Taraji P. Henson. Maybe do this, like, not choke her. Well, there is a part where he chokes her, but there's a part where he like shakes her and stuff and gets all angry. That's all he does, really. And it really negates the fact that he's a murderer. He's insane. In the beginning, he kills someone that's close to him, and he doesn't do anything with this woman. He just like, you stabbed me. I'm just gonna move you around like this a little bit. It was really just silly, dumb. His character was just terrible. He did a good job, and he did the best he could. He really could. I mean, he really did, but oh my God, everything else was so bad in this film. It was a boring mess. The first hour was boring, and then when it got to the whole home invasion part, it was still boring and stupid and just laugh-inducing. It was just a bad film. It really is. The actors, I give them credit. They really did try. They really did try, but really, I don't give a damn about their characters. I don't care about what happens at all. The more action-y moments where stuff is happening, I don't care about. Don't care at all. There's barely any blood. It's a PG-13 film. No nudity. I don't know why that matters, but there's none. There's just nothing. Again, it's not truly awful. Like, it's not a movie that you leave and you're just like, ooh, that put me in a bad mood. It's just a movie that you leave and you're just like, that was really generic. It was bad, really bad, but I'm not really in a bad mood like I was with Transformers 4 or Sex Tape or even stuff like A Haunted House 2 and maybe Son of God, which bored the shit out of me. Sorry, all you Christians. But this movie is still not very good. So I'm still going to give it, I'll probably give it lower than most of those movies that I said. I'm going to give this I'm going to give it a 14 out of 40. It is a bad film with almost nothing redeeming, but maybe the acting and that's short. And that really didn't piss me off at the end. I should probably give it lower, but I'm being generous. A 14 out of 40. Yeah. So for people that don't understand 14 out of 40, it's just my grading system. I know it's retarded, but it doesn't matter. I don't care. So anyway, 14 out of 40. It's a bad movie. Don't check it out. I'm done. That's it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review. No good deed. No good. Definitely. No good at all. So don't go check it out. It's bad, but it's not like mind-numbingly bad, I guess. So if you gotta see it, I guess I wouldn't break both your legs to make sure you don't, because I don't care. I really don't care. If you like the movie, I really don't care. This isn't a movie I'm gonna get pissed if you like it. I'm just gonna be like, meh. Oh, and by the way, that plot twist. I mentioned it earlier. The plot twist is ridiculous in this. It treats it like it is actually a big thing, but it's not. It's so obvious, and I called it in the first 10 minutes. So obvious. And if you think that's a good plot twist, you need to watch some good movies. Hell, watch a movie that just came out called The Drop, which will be my next movie review. So until then, thank you, and goodbye.